solo, okay?
And you're like, exactly, I know who I'm going to talk about. All right, girl. So I'm here with Amber Leibrock, the Miss Featherweight from Bellator. So I'm speaking with her today before her fight for Bellator 206 in San Jose at the SAP Center on September 29th. So you last fight, honestly, not that long ago against Janae Harding. So what do you think was this big turnaround for you that happened?
I think that, Janae has a fight also coming in October, and I think that we just showed Bellator, like, hey, what's up? We're new to the division, and we fucking threw down, like, if they gave out bonuses, I more than believe we won fight of the night, and, so I think that they just wanted to see a little bit more, some more from the featherweights. It's the first time that I think some not just featherweights, but females, like, threw down in a really action-packed fight. So I think that they were really interested in seeing it again.
Yeah. Honestly, that fight was amazing, and I'm glad I was there for that fight. Because when I interviewed you last, you said you wanted to put the featherweights on the map, and that's pretty much exactly what you did. Like, people were talking about that fight. It was both of your guys' debut for Bellator, so I thought that was very huge. So I thought you ended up ending that fight in a very good way. And to get this fight so fast, back in your hometown, in the Bay Area, like, that has to be exciting. And going against Arlene.
Man, it's so exciting, especially going against Arlene. Arlene just fought for the title, and she's ranked number 6 in the world. I think she's like 10-7. So, like, this opportunity, like, win or lose, just to have this opportunity, like, means so much to me, and to be able to do it again at home in front of all my friends and family, my team, being on the card with Gaston again, like, all that stuff means so much to me. And for me, it's never about numbers, yeah, we all want to win, we want knockouts, we want this, but the experience of the journey for me is everything, because we all know too well, you only have one life. Yeah. And so you want to leave this life on empty, so I just want to do everything I can.
Well, you pretty much did everything you wanted to. You said you wanted to utilize your wrestling a little bit more in this fight, just to showcase that. Yeah. Because you're definitely more praised in jiu-jitsu in that way. So that was just really cool to see you be a more well-rounded fighter. Yeah. So I thought that was very impressive, and I think your family was very impressed. I saw them cheering on after the fight, so honestly, it was just so exciting. But how was their reaction when you got home? Like, how did that lifestyle change, just knowing, like, you were successful in that debut?
Nothing changed. Not here, at least, nothing changed. We're all the same people on Monday after we are on fight night, My family was really excited. My friends were really excited. I think that for them, we come from nothing, like, so for them to see somebody who in society's eyes should have ended up in jail or on drugs or this, that, to be succeeding at something, to be following dreams and not be sucked up into the streets and this, like, for them, I think it just gives them hope, and that's what I want to be, like, hope for people, even if I never fought again, just for people to feel like, I can do it because of watching, something I did or whatever, that's what I want, so just people to feel like they can do it.
Yeah, and I know that you've been doing a lot of things at CSA. So you're doing the puzzle piece athletics?
Yes.
Which I've noticed for that, so do you want to explain a little bit more about that?
So I started working with a program called Puzzle Piece Athletics that's ran by Chad Hooker, who is one of the instructors here, one of the fitness instructors here. And he started this maybe, about 6 months ago, and it kind of just fell in his lap. So what Puzzle Piece Athletics is about is working with kids, teens, and adults on the autistic spectrum. Doesn't matter if they're high functioning or low functioning, but what we do is we structurize fitness programming for each individual, depending on their needs and wants, their goals, their family's goals, their parents' goals, their own goals, and it's cool. It's so cool to watch these kids change, watch these adults change, like Chad works with a kid, with a young man who came in here and wasn't very verbal, and now he's answering Chad, and he's responding to Chad, and he's telling Chad that he loves him, and there's just nothing out there right now like what Chad is doing, and so I'm super honored and grateful for Chad to bring me on. I've started working with some of my own clients, and we're just trying to change someone's life, whether it be 1, 2, or 3, or even change just people's view of autism, you know, like there's not enough outlets for kids on the spectrum. There's just not, or even adults on the spectrum. There's not enough people like willing to just try some things, you know, to help people. There's people that are in need of help, and sometimes as a parent, like, they're overwhelmed, and then to not have an outlet or not to have help or people that they trust, or, you know, like some of these AP teachers are just so like, it's like a conveyor belt. They just see so many people all the time that they start to lose the passion and love. So, you know, I really think that we're going to help like with an outlet for people on the spectrum and give them something else, you know, to look forward to, and something else to help them in whatever way we can, even if it's just confidence.
Well, I think that's really good, because even when you speak on the Bay Area, you talk a lot about your history and your past and stuff, and just having that hard life. And if you didn't find martial arts at the time you did, like you said, who knows like what pathway you would be. So just having someone introduce you in that way, you know, autism or not, I think is super important. The fact that you guys are focusing on that, because there isn't really that much out there. Because I hear about fighters going to old gyms and kind of like training, you know, some of the little kids and stuff like that to be young champions and all that stuff. Which you kind of see around here and there, but to really just focus on the spectrum of, you know, all kids are meant to be happy and have a goal in life and be able to follow that, even if it is martial arts or, like you said, just confidence. I feel like that's super important. I feel that also would tie into your fighting too. It's just kind of a different level of looking at a challenge to kind of help someone and kind of just find an end goal to have them succeed too.
For sure. And I think like being a fighter is very selfish. Like at the end of the day, you kind of have to be selfish to be a fighter. So sometimes that can kind of weigh on your mind, you know, well, at least for me, you know, like I always want to be humble and genuine and things like that. And being a fighter, like you have to take away from people and visits and this and that. So to be able to kind of give back in a way, and some of these kids and families just want something so simple that we take for granted. I've had both of my clients that I'm starting to work with. They just want to know how to ride a bike. That's it. They just want to know how to ride a bike, and it's something we take for granted because kids every day ride bikes.
Right, exactly.
You know, outside. They don't realize that how something so small like that can mean the world to somebody else. You know, so it's cool. It's really cool, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Yeah. It's always the little things.
You're growing, man.
I'm growing. Look at Mom.
Right? Yeah. Right. Well, definitely. And I mean, going just back to your fight and your opponent, Arlene, she's definitely up there. Like you said, she's top 6. She already fought for the belt. She fought for the belt twice. Even though, you know, definitely the first fight, you know, was a little bit controversy there, like the scoring and things like that. But either way, it was still a really close fight. It was a really good fight. She didn't get in the rematch, but the fact that she still got that chance to fight for it speaks a lot. But as far as her style, like she definitely has more of a boxing style. You came into martial arts with more of like boxing and jiu-jitsu. So how do you feel sometimes people go in with the game plan, sometimes they don't. But since she's such like a tough opponent in your career, like I know you have to be looking at her as like from a certain angle of how you want to face her.
Oh, for sure. You know, we have a game plan. Like we definitely have a game plan, and I'm gonna stick to it. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. Whatever happens, like we're prepared. I'm prepared fully for the ground, to stand in the middle, on the cage, whatever it takes. Like I'm prepared, and I'm more than willing to be in there with her. You know, I feel like I'm being underestimated a little bit. You know, maybe because I'm a 3-1 or. You know, because people have only seen me do like stand up, but people don't know like I can wrestle and I've got a legit ground game. You know, I'm a for real purple belt, and my jiu-jitsu at Darcy O'Leary is for real. It works perfectly with MMA, and I'm just excited to show it. Like I'm excited to show everything this time, and I really hope she's not underestimating me because she's about to have a fight on her hands.
Well, do you feel like in that sense, like you as far as your basically as far as your stats go, as far as how many fights you've won and how many you've lost versus someone else that you've fought, do you think that really matters? Do you feel like you go in and try to prove yourself more about like going in and getting those knockouts, or are you literally just going in and being yourself and that's just the end result of it?
I just want to be myself, you know, and to me it doesn't matter how many fights she has, because when I'm in the cage, it's about me for me, you know. I mean, it should be the same for her. Numbers are just numbers, and that's the bottom line. I'm here to fight. I'm not scared to fight. I love to fight. I love it. You know, that cage door closes and I feel like I'm at home. So her experience, yeah, she's got a lot of experience and she's been in a lot more battles and fights and wars than I have. But I promise you, she's never fought a fighter like me, ever, you know, and I'm going to show her that. And she just better be ready because we're coming in hot.
Yeah, and honestly, every fight that you even said that, like, you came out speaking truth. So I don't even know why people question it anymore. Like, you literally do exactly what you say. And I'm just really excited for this fight. And given your last fight, and that you did with Harding, you hurt your hand, so then you had to end up getting surgery?
No,
or not
I didn't have surgery, but
okay,
I was out.
You were out a little bit?
Yeah, so I've broken this hand twice. I broke it once in the Annies, and then I broke it with Janae. Thankfully, I didn't have to have surgery, and I have a really good hand doctor who took care of my hand last time. So I was in a splint cast thing for like 6 weeks. I went through 12 weeks of physical therapy. So I started my physical therapy while my hand was still broken. Went through 12 weeks, and now it feels great.
Good to go.
Yeah, it feels good. Yep, I started punching in small gloves a couple weeks ago, and it feels good.
Nice. Yeah. And during that time, so I was always following you on Instagram, so you started getting into art. So it's just like, what can I do with my other healthy hand while my other hand is healing?
I actually wedged the pencil into my cast with my good hand and just like...
it's my strong hand.
Yeah, it's
like literally.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I just wedged it in there and started drawing.
Yeah.
There.
And some of your art is honestly amazing. Like, I was actually like blown away. She had no idea you were even an artist like that.
I didn't know either.
Just a champion on all rounds.
YouTube will teach you anything. Like, it literally will teach you anything. So as much as people don't like YouTube or want to learn from it, I don't know, maybe it's not genuine having somebody else there. Taught myself to draw in 4 months off of YouTube.
So really you can do anything.
Yeah,
whatever you put your mind to. But yeah, like you were saying with the Puzzle Piece Athletics, like you're kind of giving them an outlet, so you just notice, like, even if it might be a little bit minute, then it's different from the fight game. You learn how to do art. I mean, it's something that just kind of changes your mind and just a different way of thinking.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted something outside of fighting. Fighting's consuming. I'm in these walls 24/7.
Yeah, the CSA Gym.
You know, so to have something outside of fighting that I can kind of just relax and have fun with was what I was kind of missing in my life.
Do you feel like you have a little bit pressure more fighting at home again for the second time versus the first time? Yeah.
Honestly, I think that even if I decided to quit fighting today, everybody that loves and supports me would be so happy with where I've come and how far I've grown, you know? Like, even, I don't feel the pressure. I felt the pressure the first time, but now that I know what it's like, you know, I know what it's like in that cage, on that big stage. Like, obviously, this card is way bigger than the last one, you know? But I don't feel pressure from my family and friends because I know that they're genuine and they're true, and that the people that support me from home are always going to support me because I'm not in jail or on drugs or doing something stupid, you know? So, I don't feel the pressure.
Yeah, and honestly, there's a lot of people I know, too, that look at you and they're just like, oh, shit, like, that's Amber, like, hell yeah, you know? Like, I'm just like, oh, my God, check out this video, check out this article, and, like, everyone talks about you.
I was the one that wasn't supposed to make it.
You're the one that made it out of, like...
I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to, you know? I was supposed to be drug addict. I was supposed to be the one that ended up on the streets. I was supposed to be the one that was like beat up by her boyfriends and this and like, you know, the one struggling with 5 kids, and I didn't. I proved everyone wrong, and I showed them. Like, I'm just trying to show people that it doesn't matter what people label you as or expect from you. Like, expect something more of yourself and go out there and do it. Like, it hasn't been easy, and I cry myself to sleep at nights from missing my family and friends, and I'm stressed out, and I have money troubles, and I have all these things. But at the end of the day, I wake up every day and do what I love, and I have an amazing wife that supports me, and I'm rich. I'm rich in that. I'm rich in love. I'm rich in happiness, and I'm so, so happy with how far I've come, and I'm so excited to see what's next, you know?
And honestly, to me, I think that's a champion mentality, because it's not just, you know, at least for me, you don't really want to go have a fighter go out there and just fight, and like that's really it. Like, you kind of want a fighter to go out there and really know what it feels like to be a champion and kind of inspire others, and take the time to really like push them and succeed. So that's something I can really appreciate, because that really is that 0 to 100. real quick.
For sure.
Life
For
started
sure.
from the bottom. Drake just knew it all. But honestly, it's really cool, and I've probably said this over and over every time I interview or talk about you. Just seeing your journey from the ground up is really inspiring, especially for a place like Bay Area, growing up in like the party scene, stuff like that. So you are, yeah, right.
For sure.
So you got out of the spiral. So that's just, you know, win or lose in my eyes, like you should just feel proud. And I think honestly everyone feels that way here. But after this fight, because it is a big fight of your career, do you feel like it will put you on the mark to fight possibly Julia Budd?
I mean,
No worries. Get people talking.
Honestly, I'm hoping that this fight brings my name to the table. Like, I'm tired of not being in the conversation, you know? I'm a featherweight. I'm a true featherweight. I've never fought anywhere else. I fought for Invicta, and now I fight for the second biggest MMA organization in the world. And I think that this fight is going to be the one that brings me there, that at least brings my name to the table. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I have the right to call out the champ, you know, because she's the champ, so whatever Bellator decides, but this fight should definitely at least bring my name to the table.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, just even with the announcement of Bellator Hawaii that's going to be happening in December, that was, to me, that was like, damn, they doing the damn thing, right?
Sign me up.
So I was going to say, I mean, Bellator, in a way, of a federation is doing very big things. So right now, I mean, you're in the spotlight. You are in a very tough division. You're proving that going against fighters that you're fighting with right now. Yeah. So I think anything's on the rise. I mean, after Hawaii, like, who knows what's going to be next. So I think if you just keep going in and doing what you're doing, like, things are going to fall in place.
Yeah, so definitely. I believe that as well, you know, and I think that being with Bellator is the right move. Everyone's like, oh, what about the Tough House? And like, oh, what about UFC? And like, oh, Bellator's done nothing but treat me amazing. You know, I came to coach in Bellator a 50-50 fighter, you know. I was like, or when I came to CSA, I was a 50-50 fighter. I had one loss, one win, you know. I got a second win with coach, and I was a 2-1 fighter. Bellator didn't have to sign me and give me a multi-fight contract. Bellator didn't have to do those things for me, but they did, you know, and hopefully that they finally seen something in me that was like, okay, like, we can back this girl. And then after my fight with Janae, okay, it's not just talk. Like, she can throw down. She can fight. So whatever's next, like, I'm ready.
What do you think about Arlene as an opponent? Like, judging from her other fights, like, how do you think she stacks up?
So thankful to be in there with her. Like, I've been watching her since I came up. Like, this is a true, when your idols become your rivals, you know? However she feels is on her. Yeah. But for me, like, it's an honor to even be in the same poster as her, you know? When it was, like, our pictures next to each other, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for her. I think that she's a strong opponent. I think that she has hands for days, you know what I mean? I think she's got hands of steel. They don't call her anger fist for nothing. But I think that I'm going to edge this one out. Yeah, I do. I think that I'm going to edge this one out, and I think that I'm a little more complete than she is. So I really hope that I get the opportunity to show that.
Well, coming in 2 weeks, girl, you're about to see those lights again at the SAP Center in San Jose. But that was all from me, from Esha from MMA Today, sitting here again with Amber Leibrock. Do you have any last words?
You know, if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you guys check out Bellator 206 on September 29th at the SAP Center. You guys can find me on social media at Amber Leibrock for Instagram, Twitter, Amber M. Leibrock, and Facebook, I'm at Amber Leibrock. A shout out to all my sponsors and supporters and fans and friends, and I can't wait to see you guys on the 29th.
All right, see you guys there. Peace.